BD5 Pilot with you back in Hillsboro at the Hillsboro hangar, and we had a great seminar out in Phoenix. Got to fly with my godfather Larry Perkins in the Aranca Champ and land in crosswinds that are at the limit of an Aranca Champ, which let me tell you, that was pretty intimidating. I'm back here at the hangar though, working on some of the wiring, and some stuff came in while I was gone, and let me go over what changes are happening here as we're putting the plane together. You do realize I plan on videotaping my flights, even some of the ground testing that I'm doing. And one of the things I found out was Garmin discontinued the Virb Ultra 30, which was a really good aviation camera. So I got myself a couple of those, and I had already worked out that mount tied in with the strengthening that I did for the exterior and interior door handle on the aircraft. So I got myself a little double ball joint there so I could mount two stocks to it. My other Verb's not here yet, but I'm going to tap the back of that, so hopefully the display will come on. One of those will be facing back at me, the other one will be facing forward. And no, the display, of course, didn't come on, so I'll try tapping it again. There we go. And you can see, wide angle enough view, you can see outside as well as my instruments when they finally are on. And then the other lower mounted camera will be facing back at my face, so I can narrate and talk about things. I may end up moving these around even some more, but this is a good setup. A forward one is going to remain in that little case. The other one's going to go into a more skeleton type case so I can hook up the USB to it, and then that's going to tie in to the coax cable so I can actually see the display that's on the Garmin G3X. Is going to display what's on there, and it'll actually control the cameras, turn it on and off. And then working out the audio with that video cable, you use an 1/8 inch stereo plug, and I'm going to tie it in just to the Copilot headset out that was stereo. And so I'm going to run one additional coax line that'll plug in just back in the corner down there. And so it'll keep everything out of the way so I don't get tangled up in it. Engines dropped off in Phoenix with the ZDZ Engines USA distributor, Jason Doran, and got to meet him. Great guy and really enthusiastic about the engine project we've got. We're swapping the ZDZ 500 I have for the new version that has a generator, and that generator mounts at the front. So I'm going to probably have to mount the engine just a little further back, but that's okay because I don't have the weight of the alternator. Almost 5 pounds it had to sit back in that lower corner. It also frees up that space in the belly so I can put those NACA ducts that I bought for the engine covers down into the belly. That's going to put higher pressure air forced up through underneath, plus this cooler air forced up from underneath. It's going to use the action of the heat produced by the engine also to create even more of a vacuum to help pull cold air up into the engine. I'll have a little bit of shrouding around. I'll just basically create a bit of a, let's see, what do they call those? A plenum. And this initial plenum is going to come up from these two ducts into a large box that has some air filters, feeds the engine the cooled air for intake. And those are going to tie into the velocity stacks that are on the engine itself. And then that box is just going to continue forward and come up into the forward part of the engine, empty into this area where it'll just be left open. I'll probably put a vertical piece down here so it blocks that air into where that air has to pass through the fins on the engine on its way out through the exhaust jet venturi, which has yet to be proven, but I believe it will be in this installation since it's going to effectively force the air to come around the engine first and then back out through there. Vacuum created by the propeller and the exhaust jet venturi is going to pull the air out of that compartment and hopefully give me the cooling that I need. If I find that doesn't work sufficiently, I've got the plans for doing the shark gills on these and just create an opening on the side that's a no drag exhaust that'll pull the hot air out. And either way, I think we're gonna find that this system is going to work. In the meantime, I'm going to be back working on the wiring because that's the next project that has to get done. The engine's supposed to be here in less than 60 days. So yeah, I'm hoping I actually do see the engine in less than 60 days and that I have this electrical harness installed, and then all the programming done. Now those little cameras are going to give me the ability to videotape while I'm programming the Garmin G3X and getting the vertical power VPX box all programmed. And I have yet to see someone do a video that really shows all of that process. So hopefully that's going to be something that's interesting to everyone. BD5 Pilot is out for now. I'll see you this weekend.